Hey, I'm back. It's Shelly, Art by the Métis Mama, and I promised you guys in my last video that I would do a hyperlapse of me finishing off painting or coloring this girl. So that's what I'm going to do. So I am going to put it on hyperlapse. I'm going to use paint and pencil crayons, probably mostly pencil crayons though, to finish off this girl. So let's go, and then I'll come back and I'll do some more sharing of some other things that I have going on. So I'm going to stop this and switch to hyperlapse. Okay, I'm back. So, she is, coming along. Let me see. Where is, I wish I had a, what do you call those? Like a micron pen or archival ink pen, but I don't, because I need to replenish my art supplies. So I'm just basically doing the best that I can here to get this girl finished. I mean, it's in my art journal, so I'm not looking for perfection. I just want to get her done. So putting a little white pencil crayon in here just to lighten up certain areas where it would naturally kind of look a little bit lighter, or not naturally look lighter, but also like to bring in more depth to the face. Does that make sense? I don't know. Anyways, where's my pink? Use pink on her cheeks. I was just watching a reel by Tandy Art. I absolutely love her art so much. It's so beautiful. I was gonna bring in some other colors just to add some interest here. This is like a lime green. Let me see here. Maybe a hint of blue. Just a hint. I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of playing and seeing what happens here. I'm going to maybe add, let's see here. Some highlights to her hair. So again, she's not perfect, but whatever. What am I looking for? I am looking for a black pencil crayon. Is this a black pencil crayon? No, it's a blue indigo. Do I even have a black pencil crayon in here? Don't know. I don't know. We might. Let's give her some eyelashes. The goal is to make her whimsical. Okay, we don't want her to look too perfect. And I like doing these kind of like funky eyebrows where I do kind of like different patterns inside. And then I definitely need to get some more pens, but it's okay. So I'm just gonna put some lines on her nose. And we need to give her a shirt of some kind. So we are going to go to our quilting magazine here and see what we can find for a shirt. I like this. That's kind of nice. That's not too bad either. Let me see. If you hear some background noise, that's just my boys and my husband. No chance that I ever get to film in peace and quiet, so you're gonna always hear background noise in my house when I make videos because that's just the way it is. I'm not that lucky to have time alone in my home ever, so I don't actually remember the last time I ever had time to myself. It's really, I've gotten used to it, but it is disappointing at times. I like that. And we don't need a lot, so that would work perfectly. Drop my pen. Okay, so our scissors, we're gonna cut this out. And I'm just gonna line this up here so you can kind of get an idea of where I need to put the shirt. Something like that, and something like that, and like that. So now we will cut along our lines here. And here. And it's gonna kind of go like that. So where's my Mod Podge? I am so flippin' exhausted. I took a staycation and it was not a staycation. I need to take a vacation from my staycation because I'm exhausted. I'm 50 years old. And I'm raising a 9-year-old. I've had him since he was, I didn't think when I became a kinship mother. I really didn't think when I took on my niece's son, and like, I didn't think, oh, how old are you going to be when he's 9? You're going to be 50 going on 51. I did not think about that. Had I been a little bit more smart, I might not have taken him on. Technically, he's my first cousin's great-grandson, but in the Indigenous culture, we don't say things like that. We just say grandson, or nephew, or niece, or whatever. But yeah, I mean, he's family though, and I love him, and he's my baby, so it is what it is, but it is exhausting. It is very exhausting. Okay, so I kind of messed up here on this part here. Took a little chunk off her shirt there, but that's okay. And I'm just like filling in, not filling in, but well, I am filling this part in. I'm outlining it with my ballpoint pen, which perhaps is not the best thing to use because it doesn't really make it pop. Like I said, I need to get new pens. I do use ballpoint pens a lot in my work. And I do like them. It's because I always ruin my other pens. I gotta stop doing that. So, alright. That's kind of bubbly because of what I did on this side. Okay. So, I mean, it's not too bad. Take a little, do I want to take brown? Maybe I'll take a different color. Let's take a little bit of turquoise. I just want to give her hair a little bit of color. Alright, that's good enough. Now, we need some kind of quote. And I do have this little tea tag that I could use that says, it's from Buddha Teas. It says, none but ourselves can free our minds. So I could use that one, but I want to put something underneath if I do. What else could I use? Let's look in our little, and I could write a quote as well. But I want to see if I have any. Keep going, that's another one that I could use. I have this one too. No. Boundaries is vital for our health and well-being. That's a good one. 2. Maybe I should put that on there. I've been having to put up a lot of boundaries with people lately. I work at the women's shelter here in Rocky, and I love my job so much. And I just absolutely love the women that I work with, like the ladies I support in me. But like in any job, you do have to put boundaries up, but boundaries are an interesting topic because I'm looking for some nice background paper. Where's my pouch that I use? Because in Indigenous culture, our worldview is very different than the colonial and way of doing things. So it's not that we don't have boundaries, it's just a different way of treating people. So not separating ourselves from our fellow human beings is important to me. I was always taught by my mom to treat everybody like family. That was a teaching that her father taught her, and I always remember it. It's always stuck with me. My mom was known for just being very kind and generous, and yeah, she had a side to her that was not the nicest at times, but generally speaking, she was a good person, and she treated people, when she was sober, because she was an alcoholic, but pretty good. She treated them with kindness and compassion, and she was a good person. Do I want to use black and white? I mean, it doesn't really match, but does it need to match? No, it does need to not match. And so I think when it comes to my culture and the role that I play at the women's shelter I work with, boundaries look a little bit different for me. It isn't about yes, I put an energetic boundary around myself all the time with anybody I meet, doesn't matter who it is. And I'm really good at holding space for people. But when it comes to sitting in ceremony and sharing my truth, I am not going to think back to the colonial way of doing things. I'm going to sit in ceremony as the woman I am, who is a person who has gone through things, who is open and okay with sharing things. Do I go into a lot of depth? Absolutely not. I keep I keep some of the harder battles that I face private. But I do talk about my cancer journey. I do talk about being a kinship mother. I do talk about my husband's struggles with his health a little bit here and there. I don't share a lot because it's his journey. Oops, I forgot to glue down my bird. But my point is, I meet the ladies where they're at. I don't overshare. I try to share but not overshare. And because it's not about me. The journey that they're taking, it's not about me. If I can offer a little bit of my life experience, and then I will. But I share tidbits. I allow them to share what they want to share, and I try to be very real with them, treat them like they would want to be treated. Like, one of the things I absolutely hate is when you meet another professional and they treat you like you are a client. No way. I will never treat the ladies I work with like they're clients, because they're not clients to me. They're human beings. They're women with a spirit. We're taught that everyone has a spirit, and they are teaching me just as much as I may or may not be teaching them. And I need to have humility and be humble and kind and listen with an open heart, and be discerning, and have a bit of a boundary when it comes to what I share, but because like I said, it isn't my journey, it's their journey. I'm there to support them, so I'm not going to make it about me. But I'm certainly not going to put myself on a pedestal. I'm certainly not going to treat them like that I'm better than them. One of the first things that I learned about in healing circles is that when we sit in a circle, nobody is better than anybody. We are all the same. So I think, yes, boundaries is vital. Oops. For our health and well-being. But which boundaries? Colonial boundaries? Or what? Colonial boundaries, or the boundaries that you are forced to have because the system says you need them. This is just a note to myself. Like, it's just what I'm kind of going through with certain things. I'm gonna put voice on her throat because and a heart, because our voice is our connection in healing circles with sharing our truth. And I don't know, I just feel like when you're coming from the right place, when you're coming from the heart, and you're connecting with women in ceremony and circle, that you are like you have sorry, shouldn't be banging the table because then it shakes the camera. You have, from an Indigenous lens, you have a, what's the word I'm trying to come up with? Not duty, but obligation as someone, like my role isn't just a job, it's service to humanity. It's not, yeah, I get paid for my job, but it's service work. When you work in a job like that, it's service work. And my voice is guided by spirit. It is not guided by the colonial system that I work under. So my voice and what I share is always guided by spirit, and the colonial system doesn't understand that, and that's what makes it a really hard that's what makes it really hard to do my job sometimes, because people don't understand that don't understand Indigenous worldviews. But I like how this word "our" kind of got smudged out when I was doing what I was doing. Boundaries is vital for health and well-being. Boundaries is vital for our health and well-being. Boundaries is vital for health and well-being. I need to sit with that. Why did that happen? Like when I'm art journaling, I'm always trying to figure out how come that got smudged out? How come this mark was here? Or, like why do things just happen that way? Do you know what I mean? Like there is a higher force dictating the pages and things that are coming out when you journal, right? And it's called the Holy Spirit. In Indigenous culture, we call it the Great Spirit. It's the same thing. Indigenous people believe in the Holy Spirit too. We work with the Holy Spirit every day. So I don't know if my ramblings made sense to anybody. And I definitely am going to need to sort of process this spread a little bit and kind of figure out what am I even trying to say? I'm very tired today. Where's my other pen? I can't find it. I'm just going to do a loose frame here with this marker. I lost my train of thought again, so I'm going to move on. But I battle a lot. I've battled a lot in my life with people around this idea of, not idea, but my values. My relationship with the Holy Spirit or the Great Spirit is my top priority. And nobody is going to tell me how to do ceremony when I sit and connect with people. It's always been like that my whole life. Whenever I've tried to work in any job, you sometimes get people that don't understand Indigenous culture. You often get people that don't understand Indigenous culture, and it still happens today to so many people. It's really sad because I wish if we could just all take the time to just share your viewpoint. You don't have to agree with people. I have friends that are Muslim, I have friends that are Mormon, I have friends that are Christians, I have indigenous friends. Like, I don't not be their friends because of what they believe. You know, I learn from them. I wish we all could be like that and just, you know, we're all just people. We're all just trying to do our earth walk in our own way, and we need to, like, drop the labels and just do what works for us, but treat each other with love and respect. So that is my spread. So yeah, it's okay. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. So is it dry though? I think it is. So this is, should I put the date on it? I don't even know what the date is today. I don't know. We're not gonna put the date. So there we go. Is it in frame? Yes, it is. Okay. That is good for now. Now we're gonna work on something else, but before we do, I'm gonna show you what I did yesterday. I was messing around with watercolors and I wasn't feeling it though. I'm not, excuse me. I am not loving these. I think she's the only one I like, and I like this little, spaceship here, but this one was better, and then I ruined it. So I was just looking at images on Pinterest and trying to get ideas for watercolor. I'm not the best watercolor artist. So what I'm gonna do, hang on one second. If I start coughing, I'm gonna have to stop this video. Pause this video for a minute. Okay. I just had a little cough attack. So, like I said, I'm not crazy over these little watercolors. So what I like to do sometimes is do what I call like a flop ephemera pack, where, okay, this one I'm keeping because I love her, but I think the rest, well, I might keep this one. So I'm gonna keep these two, but I like doing these kind of like flop ephemera packs where it's of like some of the drawings that I've done that I'm not crazy for, and I put them in an ephemera pack, so I'm keeping that one. And then it's for sale. So if you like any of the flops, then you can purchase. So those will go in there. These will go in there because I don't like any of them really. I don't think there's one here that I like. That one. This one. Gentleness. This, it looked like a cute little butterfly. Now it looks like it's mad. I'll show you. Like, look at its face. Looks like it's mad now. But it didn't look like that before. I ruined it. That one, kindness. And that one. So, get rid of those. So those ones will go in there, and then I'll look through here, like this is a drawing that I don't like, and that'll go in there. So if somebody like that, they could just, and I'll put these ones in here because I want to keep these. Oh, my throat. This is a face I drew too that I'm not crazy over, so that one will go in there. And if there's any other drawings. So sometimes it takes me a while to accumulate those little flop packs because it's all my handmade drawings that I have made over the years, right? So not over the years, but over like, it usually takes me like a couple months or so to fill up a pack, especially now when I'm not doing as much art as I used to. Like this little owl, I'm not crazy over that one. That can go in there. And I know I have more in here somewhere. At least one more, unless I got rid of it already. Perhaps I did. This is like my boys, one of my boys' drawings. Yeah, perhaps I already got rid of that one. So yeah, so that's a good start. I like to, for now, I'll just put them back in here, but eventually I'll have a full pack of flops and then I can get rid of those and sell those to somebody who actually likes them, because why throw them in the garbage if someone else is going to use them and like them? So okay, the next thing I was going to do quickly is show you how I make these little collage hearts. But I think I might make a separate video for that, should I? So that it's not too long. This one's not too long of a video. I might do that. And do that in a separate video. Before I let you go, I did go out to a yard sale today. And I bought this book. It was only 10 cents. But I paid 25 because I didn't have 10 cents. So, and I thought it was be a nice book for journaling because there's a lot of cool pictures in here. So I will go through here and pick out some of the ones that I like, and then other ones might go in Happy Mail or ephemera packs, which I don't have any made right now, but I need to make some whimsical ephemera packs. So yeah, I thought that was a nice find, and I like this picture here. The cover's a little bit beat up, but that's all right. So that was the only thing that was artsy that I found at yard sales today. The other thing that I was gonna do was show you, where did it go? I just had it here. That I was going to alter one of these cards. I think it's going to be this one. Because I want to make a card out of this. I was thinking of putting this face on here and putting like a little, like covering up over this. Or I could even put it here, but then it doesn't really, I feel like it doesn't really match. Or I could put this in here, maybe like this. But I need some kind of a sentiment here. I was just trying to think of like a way to, or I could just cover that up with something else. Let me see, where's my scrap pack? Where did I put my scrap pack? Here it is. Let's see, I could do like something like this over top. Like so. And then we're just playing. I don't know what I'm doing, so do like this. Now my throat is all scratchy after my little cough attack. Let me see, what else do I have in here? I missed my big scrap basket. I just dumped everything out into the recycling bin because I was tired of looking at the same scraps over and over. So now I hardly have any scraps left. Now I wish I had that basket back, but that's okay. It's gone. It's kind of nice to reset. I just don't know. Maybe this one. And something like that to go over top. Like that, maybe. And then maybe put this one down here. Or down here. Let's try it. We're going to just experiment here. I don't know what I'm doing, but just want to alter this card. So I'm going to Mod Podge. I'm going to put this here. And then this one here. Cover up all that text. And then this one right here. And then put her face down. Okay, we'll do that. And then we are going to grab our washi tape. Where's my washi tape? And I think what I'm going to do is should I pick this similar color or should I pick a different color like this? Maybe this one. It's got some similar colors, but it's not too matchy-matchy. Pull off our washi tape. And we're just gonna do this. And I wonder if I should put a paper there before I fold it over. Maybe I will. And I also still need to give her like a dress or something. So maybe I'll put something right here. What do I want to put here though? I don't have a lot of choices. Like I could put a book page. I could put one of these vintage scenes. Like, I don't like the dinosaur ones though. Like that one's nice, but I don't like the dinosaur. So, and I don't think I have anything that's big enough. Jeez, my throat. And then I do have this one. This one. This one's kind of nice. I could do that. That one is nice. Why does my throat have to do this? Okay, everything else I have is like magazine sort of. Nope. Yeah, it's like it's got like a sheen on it. Don't really want a sheen on there. So, you know what? That's okay. We'll just leave it and I'm going to do this. let's just make a greeting card. How about that? Okay. And then I'm gonna give her a shirt. Pardon my throat. Let's do what are we gonna do? Let's go look in our let's do maybe this one. Okay, we're gonna just do kind of like a very rough body. So that's, we have to draw a neck. So let's put this down. Like that. And then I'll draw a bit of a neck here. And we're gonna go and outline the face a bit so that it pops more. And then we have to fill in that neck. Let's see. I think this color might work. Where's my pencil sharpener? Got this cute little UFO pencil sharpener a while ago, a few years ago. When I went back to buy more, they didn't have any left. Okay. So, oh, that's not the right color though. Is this the right color? I feel like it needs to be a little bit darker. You know what? Let's use watercolor because I have the right color in the watercolor, or close enough color. Where is my spray? So I'll just give this a spray. And dip our watercolor brush. And I think we're gonna go with one of these colors. I think that color. And that's perfect. That is perfect. Look at what a good match. All right, we did it. We did it. And then I'm just gonna outline her shirt. On both sides, like so. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna add a little bit more washi tape because I like the way it looks, so I think it just makes it look really, but should I use a different one on every, or should I use the same one? Let's use the same one. Oh, I keep banging the table. Sorry guys. I need to get a better table. This is actually a folding table. Okay, so we're going to cut cut that, and then we'll just do this. And flip it over. Oops, hang on. Didn't quite do that right. There we go. Then we will snip that. And we will do the top side now with the same washi tape. Oops, that did not work. I really love this washi tape. I got it from Temu. I don't order a lot from Temu because I'm not crazy over like cheap, not cheap, but I must forget about that piece. Like I know they sometimes rip off other artists, and I don't like that. And then also, some of the stuff they have are cheap, but they also do have some really cool things too. So I struggle with that sometimes. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Trim that. Flip this over. Put that down. Ooh, that looks so pretty. I like that. Okay, now we need a piece here. Oops. Stop. And like so. Trim that. Trim that. And then I'm going to take my pen here and just do like really like loose lines, and it doesn't matter if it gets on the washi because the whole point of it is to be whimsical and not to be too perfect. I feel like when we loosen up in our art, and for me anyways, when I loosen up in my art and I allow that playfulness and whimsy to come in, it really connects us closer to spirit and our inner child. And then we're going to do the same thing around this. Do that like really loose lines. You can use other color pens too if you want. Okay, and then we need to put a little quote on here. What do I do with my little tea tag? I don't know, but I'm going to put something there. Maybe I'll just write something on a piece of paper. And put something on there like that. But first I would need outline this a little bit with some, might be a little bit too dark, this one. Let's try a different one, maybe this one. And then better. And then we'll put a word in there, put that on there. I'm just trying to decide what I want it to say, because I'm making this card special for somebody, so I don't know what I want to say yet. So while I'm thinking, we could finish this card. I do want to put something over this because this is not what I want on here. I want something else on here. So what I am going to do, I think, is take, where is it? Take a piece of paper, if I can find. This is like watercolor paper, but it's the only thing I have right now that would hide that words underneath. So I'm going to use it because it's all I have. Like I said, I need to get my supplies, more supplies, and figure this out. Okay. So put some Mod Podge down. There we go. And we'll put our paper down. Like so, and then we are going to trim this. Okay, and then I'm going to put another piece of that same washi tape. Which one was it? This one here. Here. Didn't quite center it properly, so let's try this again. That's better. Trim this off. There. There. There, now we have an altered card. So I think the last one I'm going to do is here. Like that. Okay. I might as well do the whole thing because it just looks so much nicer when it is the same. I gotta get it the same. Probably wasting a lot of washi here. But I can save those pieces for art journaling. Flip that over. And then one more. quite again. Here. There. Flip this over. There is our altered greeting card, I guess you could call it, right? So the last thing I'm going to do is put my little quote in there, but I'm not ready to do that, so I guess that's it for now. Other than, I don't have it here though. I was gonna put my stamp on there, but I don't have it, so that's okay. She is done. And I'll do the blah blah blah. I can't talk. I'll do the heart video. Well, the heart collages in a separate video. That is it. Thanks for watching.